2, episode 188.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wenny. Welcome back, repeat viewers. And if you're a new viewer, thank you for checking out the show. I like to mix it up.
I know, but it was just weird how you said that. I'm sorry.
I can't do anything right.
No.
So I'm going first this week.
Yeah, whatever.
But we have to do the shout-outs.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Okay.
We are not doing a stash-busting knit-along.
Because this is the month of giving. The month of holiday giving.
All right.
So we're going to give away some prizes, and we'll show them at the end of the show. But next week, we are going to draw 2 people randomly from our viewership, and one of them is going to win some yarn, and one of them is going to win an amazing book.
Yes, it's one of my favorite books.
So tune in to the end of the show so you can get a sneak preview of what we're going to give away next week. But this week, we're giving away 1 each of the 5 Diamond Cut collection patterns. So there are 5 fingerless mitt patterns, and that 5 people won a copy of 1 pattern. And then we are also drew for the Scrappy Christmas Baubles ornament. Somebody won that. And I want to show you something on my thing.
On your thing.
On my iPad. We were told of an awesome collection. It's called Sudice or Sudice. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sudice. But the designer is M.K. Nance. And she has designed 3 really beautiful hats. This is one of them. It's how it work.
Did you move in it again?
I did. Here is another one. And this is the last one that is a lace hat. It's so pretty. I'm going to try to make this big so you can kind of see the lace. M.K. Nance. We found out from our dear friend Emily, who kindly gifted this collection of patterns to me, that if you buy a pattern, one of these patterns from M.K. Nance, sometime between now and January 6th, if you gift the pattern to somebody else, she will gift it back to you. So if I bought one for Sheila, I would get one for doing that. So that's kind of cool. Buy one for a friend for Christmas or the holidays or the New Year. Get one free for yourself. So we thought we'd let you know that. The designer is M.K. Nance. I will put her link information in the thread and also in the show notes.
Cool.
And thank you, Emily, for sending me that. I really love that beret. Like that lace beret. It's really pretty.
It is pretty.
And last but not least, I wanted to tell you that we mentioned that our friend Lise from Webbs is collecting hats, mittens, and scarves for donation for Hope for Kids in Western Mass. And she contacted me last week, and I posted in the group and in the last week's show thread. We didn't mention it, on the show because I didn't hear until after we
all right.
Recorded. But she is going to keep the name of everyone who mails something that is received by her on or before the 19th. So she has to actually have it in her hands on or before the 19th. And she's going to draw a name from all those people that donated, and one lucky person is going to win a Webbs anniversary bag created by Stitched by Jessalou and offered exclusively by Webbs, and it is a limited edition bag, and it comes in pink and blue. And there's more information that I linked to that tells you exactly what it is. But so if you have some extra hat and mitten projects laying around that you want to donate, scarves that you don't wear anymore, send them along to Lise at Webbs. The address is in the show notes and in the thread for each episode that we've announced it on, so you know where to send it, and you could win a Stitched by Jessalou limited edition bag. Cool. So that's really cool. And I think that's all the shout-outs.
I have one shout-out. I just want to say thank you to Jane, who donated to the podcast last week.
Thank you,
we
Jane.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
And that's all I have.
I forgot about that, so thank you for reminding me. Because she sent me a PM.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Oh.
It's
How are
You can't always tell from PayPal who it is, but
no.
We know her. So thank you, Jane. We appreciate it, and that stuff is going to get mailed, I swear to you, tomorrow. So I only have one thing on the needles. This is also about my Baubles and Bling. I'm just going to show it to you now instead of doing it. When I was at Rhinebeck, there was a Lollipop yarn update. Don't you like that? It's
I love the color red.
Yeah, I know. It's so, like, yummy. So there was a Lollipop yarn update and for newbies. And I had never had Lollipop yarn before, but I kept getting cartjacked. So I actually contacted her and asked her if I could have a custom order. And she promised the next time she dyed the 2 colors that I was interested in, she would let me know and I could order one. Because she's going to be dyeing them anyway. So one of those colors was called What a Maroon. This is it. It is, this is not angled in a good way. There we go. So it is gray, kind of like a brown tan, and this really gorgeous deep red. And it came with an extra ball of red to do the toes and the heels. So I started a sock yesterday, and I'm halfway through one repeat. I'm about ready to start the heel, so I'm going to be switching to the red yarn for the heel. This is what it looks like knit up. It's really
now,
pretty.
You posted that you couldn't do a pattern.
Oh my gosh!
What were you trying to do with the pattern, just out of curiosity?
Okay, so the first thing I was going to try to do was this pattern called What's Up Rufus. There's a reason why it's called What's Up Rufus, but I can't remember now.
Okay.
I had surgery on Wednesday. On Thursday, Wednesday afternoon when I got home, and Thursday and this morning, I've been taking this, like, heavy-duty, immediate release. No, it's like OxyContin or something. It's like
Tylenol with
hardcore.
codeine, maybe?
It's not Tylenol with codeine. It's something that's immediate release. Unlike the normal kind where you take it and it, like, time releases. This is immediately releases. So within like 10 minutes of taking this, I have to sleep. That's how bad it is. Like, it's really powerful on me. I get affected very easily by narcotics. It's some narcotic thing. So Wednesday I didn't do anything. I just slept. But yesterday around 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon, I decided that I wanted to knit a sock. So I want to do this What's Up Rufus pattern, and I swear to you, it is on 72 stitches, and it's really pretty. It has like, it's kind of like a chevron, but also like a textured knit with a slip stitch. It's really, really pretty. What's Up is WASSUP. And, but she does it cuff down. And the patterning starts in the middle of the back of the leg. So I needed to shift it 18 stitches to make it work out the right way for doing this. I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to do that. I could not figure it out. I got out my software and I charted it and I still couldn't figure it out. So I gave up on What's Up Rufus. It's really pretty. If you look it up, who's the name of the designer?
Hold on, I'm trying to get it so we're not somehow reflected into this. There we go.
It's really pretty. Check it out. It's got like a texture with a slip stitch in it.
It's interesting. The socks that she happens to be showcasing looks kind of like watermelon.
Yeah.
Temple True Blood. By Temple True Blood.
Okay. Yeah. What's Up Rufus is the name of the pattern. So that didn't work out for me so well. After spending like 2 hours messing around with charting, I decided that I would do something much simpler. So I found a sock pattern called Bennington. That's just a plain chevron sock that I wanted to use. And that was written for 66 stitches. Well, at this point, I already had 72 stitches. So I had to go from 68, I had to decrease some stitches down to make it be 32 or 33 instead of 36, whatever. So I ripped back the toe and I started again, and I went ahead and charted it out so I could follow it on the chart, and I did it, and it would not come out even. So whatever I'm doing is just wrong. Completely wrong. I tried that for a while, and then I was like, and it should work out. Like, I've counted the stitches, so I am either charting it wrong or I'm just misunderstanding something completely. Oh, I remember what was wrong with that Bennington. I didn't like the decreases and increases, so I wanted to change them. If I started out just doing the pattern as written, and that was working out fine. So if you're going to do the pattern, it works out fine if you do it. But I didn't like the way that it looked, so I was like, oh, I'll just change a couple of things. Well, then that just all went to hell in a handbasket. So after that, I just knit a plain sock. This seems to be working fine for me. So apparently when I'm taking narcotics, I can't like count or think normally or whatever. Like, it should have been no problem. It's a chevron pattern. I just made a chevron blanket. And I just really wanted to do that one with the texture in it because it was so pretty. But that was just way beyond my skill set.
Right.
So maybe on the next sock I will do that one. And it will be normal.
That's funny.
So anyway, this is the only thing that I have on the needles. And like I said, I'm about to start the heel on them. So I'm actually going to put them away because I highly doubt that I can knit the heel on this and podcast at the same time without some kind of a problem. So I'm going to put that away. But I love, this is the first Lollipop yarn I've ever had. I totally love it. And you know what else was really nice? It comes like in this like fancy ball. So I was like, I want to knit a pair of socks. I don't want to wind anything. Oh, wait. This is already wound. It was the best.
That is good.
So if you're like drugged out or whatever and tired and you want to knit a pair of socks, you just pull the bag of Lollipop out and start going. So that's it for on the dance card for me.
All right. For me, I just have a toe. Not a real toe. Toe of a sock. I think I'm almost to the point where I think one more increase before I'm finished with the toe of the sock. And this is it will be the rye sock.
By Tin Can Knits.
I have it already up and I couldn't even think about it. By Tin Can Knits. It's a free pattern. I believe it's free.
Yeah.
Free pattern on Ravelry. I'm using patterns. Well, this happens to be gray. I'm using blue.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, my yarn came in this coordinating little bag.
Cute.
It was super cute. Nice
Patton's Classic Wool Worsted. This happens to be blue heather and dark gray mix. So I'm on my second sock.
Good for you.
That's all I'm doing. I haven't knit this week, and I will explain why.
Oh, hey, Lily. Yeah? Can I have the hat that I made you? I have 3 FOs this week.
Nice.
I don't know how that happened. I was busy before Wednesday. I made my daughter a hat. So the first thing I have is I finished my Oxford Hooded Cowl. This is what it looks like. It's nice and big. And if you want to make it into a hood, you just twist it. And I like to make sure that this covers the hole in the back. It's nice and big. It's really warm. This is knit out of Lake's Yarn and Fiber. And these are the 3 colorways that I want at Rhinebeck. And you can kind of wear it as, I've just had it on me as just a wrap because it's pretty big. Or you could wear it loose like a scarf. Or you can wear it, I was wearing it today to pick my kids up just as a really huge, squishy, soft infinity cowl. But it's really pretty.
It is pretty. I love it.
And I got a lot of compliments on it when I was wearing it today. So regular people like it. They were like, oh, where did you get that? My daughter wants an infinity cowl. I said, I made it. Oh.
And you ain't getting it.
Yeah, and I'm not making you one. So that's number 1. That was the Oxford Hooded Cowl. The second thing that I made is a kid at any age pattern out of Cascade hand paints for my daughter.
Cute.
She
That's
loves
so cute
it.
on you, but cute.
She picked it out herself. I made it a little. She wanted it longer than the pattern called for, so that she could pull it way down like this. and cover her ears.
I don't blame her. It gets cold
And
here.
you're supposed to do the oversized pom-poms. So this was nice. This took a skein and a half of Cascade hand paints.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of it was for the pom-poms. That took a lot of yarn up. So, kid at any age. But I just had her bring this out because I whipped that up for her like in one day. It's just, you can see. If anybody's ever knit the worm hat,
Yeah.
it's very similar, except that instead of decreasing at the top, you just Kitchener the top together. It's like basically you knit a tube and then seam the top together. It's like a bag that's just flat on the top. Whereas worm decreased.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's just a garter, and it's a free pattern. It's just a garter stockinette rib. So that's that. And then the last thing is I finished my spring cable socks out of Play at Life, Saki Maki, and the Loud and Proud colorway.
I haven't worn mine yet. I just realized that.
I wore mine yesterday. So here's one, and here's the other one. And I told you before, in order to get all the colors going, I knit them from the opposite ends of the skein. And I think they came out really cute, and that's nice yarn. And I wanted to say, I don't know if you can see this, in case anyone was going to comment on it. You can't really see it, but there are splotches of green dye in the yellow. And I wanted to make sure that people knew that I bought these as seconds. At the Fiber Festival. They were on discount because they had some splotches, and that her non-second stuff is not splotched like that. I just wanted to mention it in case anybody saw it on the show or in my project page and wondered about that. This was discount yarn because it had some splotches. You can see them right there.
Yeah.
But her regular stuff is meticulously dyed.
Okay.
But hey, I love these even with the splotches for the discount price.
Oh, absolutely.
And spring cable was a fun pattern to knit, so I would do it again. Especially since I didn't really follow the pattern. It was even better. So that's it for my Rate Your Date.
So I have a project half done. I have the worsted weight socks that I was working on last week. It's the Rye Socks by Tin Can Knits. I did the heel in the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I did the toe, the heel, and a longer, not a long cuff, but a longer rib cuff in the blue.
It's nice.
And I might have to make myself a pair of these. These are a gift. So I may have to make myself a pair of these.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But they're a little, it's weird because, so I made the same sock out of Dream in Color Classy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely a thinner yarn than... like a light worsted.
It's like a light worsted, yeah.
And pretty sure I used the same size needle. Feel how...
Yeah. Also, it's a superwash, so it's like slidier.
No, I have no problem. This is not quite bulletproof.
No, but that's pretty dense.
So I had to count like 3 times. 48 stitches. I took really detailed notes on my project page just because I wanted to make sure that the second one was done the exact same way.
Cool.
So it's like, I did up to the toe, I increased, and then I did 2 plain reds. Like I really wrote detailed notes. So yeah, that was
project half done. Anything else?
No, because I am a monogamous knitter.
All right. So future dates. I'm just going to be knitting on the socks until I stop taking the pain meds because clearly I'm not fit to do any kind of fancy knitting with that. I don't even know if I can do a heel on that. I'm a little nervous. So that's my future date right now.
I don't know. I go with the flow. Whatever takes my fancy, whether it's worsted weight socks. I think I might stick with worsted. I think I might do a couple of hats. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, that would be good.
We're doing a Secret Santa, depending on who I get. If it's a woman, which I don't think any men have signed up for it yet. So if it's a woman, I'm just going to grab from the bin, depending on who it is. If it's the person that, these are intended for, then that'll work out good too. But we'll see. I'm just going with the flow on a whim. might be mitts. It might not be. Who knows?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Around the holiday, you have to go with the flow.
Yeah. So that's it.
Baubles and Bling. So my Lollipop yarn that I showed you was one Baubles and Bling. But Sheila and I also got this.
I don't have mine with me.
No, because it's breakable. I'm glad you didn't bring it.
Yeah, 'cause I know I would.
We got an awesome ornament from our friend Lois that has the names of our little group of friends that went to Rhinebeck. So it's like a memory ornament of our trip to Rhinebeck, and it's awesome.
It is.
She had them custom made. That's so cool. It's like etched glass and on a little hanger. So thank you, Lois. I love that. That was such a cool gift.
It was.
I love Christmas ornaments, so that just made my week.
Well, it gave me an idea that I might try and do for my brother.
I know, it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it is. I might just do it separately with his family and the dogs and the cats on it.
It's from personalizationmall.com.
They have quite a selection of anything. It's not just glass. I've already looked into it.
That's cool.
They have a selection of anything and everything.
But what a sweet idea. I love it. So,
is that it?
That's it for my Baubles and Bling.
I thought you had more. I have got nothing. I don't think.
Do I have more? If I have more, I don't remember what it is.
I don't think I have anything else.
No. Crushes and heartbreaks. My heartbreak, I guess it's a heartbreak and a crush, is I had surgery on Wednesday, and they got rid of the tumor, and I'm just waiting to hear back if I am done or if I need to have another surgery. I'm probably done. The odds that it would be that other thing, it's 2 in 1 million.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, if for some reason you get chosen to have it, play the lottery.
I know, seriously. No, I only ever win the crappy lottery. I never win the good lottery. But I had surgery. It was day surgery. They put me under twilight anesthesia. It was went very smoothly. But then they put me on this immediate release pain med that makes me crazy. And so the other night, first night that I took it, they gave me some at the hospital, and my husband drove me home, and I got in bed because I was tired, and I woke myself up because my arms were like flailing around like spaghetti noodles. Like, I don't even know what was happening.
That's funny.
It makes me feel crazy. This is me after not taking it for like 5 hours. Like, I had to go off it in order, because if I took it at 2:30, I would have been incoherent. Just like, who even knows what would have happened? I can't even, like, literally I take it and within 15 minutes I have to lay down because I can't do anything.
That's funny.
I can't even see straight. I don't know what's in that crap. I think it might just be the immediate releasedness of it. Like, I'm probably used to the kind that slowly releases.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's messing me up, man. But I'm feeling pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to take it after today. Only if it hurts. You can kind of still see my thing. It says yes. You can't see it. It used to say yes right here.
It was so funny.
Purple marker. Yes.
A side note on that. I had to draw some blood on a doctor today, which I get a little nervous because, I feel like they're going to judge me. But he's like, I don't remember which arm. He goes, I know one arm's better than the other. He goes, just take a look. I said, all right, I'll take a look at your left. I'm like, I really didn't feel anything. I said, let me take a look at your right. I looked at his right, and I felt it. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is much better. He goes, good thing I'm not an orthopedic doctor. I would have cut off the wrong limb long time ago. He must just be a plain old medical doctor, but it was just so funny.
Well, I have to show Sheila this.
And I thought about the...
Yes, it said yes. You can still see the line from it right there.
Well, I told him, I said, just remember, right is right.
Well, I have to show this to Sheila. So the nurse came to put my IV in before the procedure, because that's how they give you the twilight meds. And of course, they make you not drink for
I know,
since 10. So she's like, I'm having a hard time getting a vein. I'm going to call in the lady that's really good at it. So there's another nurse who's really good at it. And she put an IV in my hand. Look what a good job she did.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
That's where it was. That was an IV in my hand.
That's good.
She was amazing. I was like, wow. hurt like a son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. Your hands are
But if you look at it, I usually get a big old, like, bruise. You cannot even, you have to really look for that. It's just a tiny pinprick.
Yeah. Your hands hurt more because there's more nerves on the top of it.
So also my other heartbreak is my neck was really stiff after the surgery because I've had like this crick in my neck from the first set of procedures I had to have done. I had to spend some time on a table with my hand over my head like this. It made me like get a muscle spasm. And we bought this Tiger Balm. We bought this regular Tiger Balm. No, it was this one. Regular Tiger Balm. Then we bought Ultra Strength Tiger Balm. Also, we bought this capsaicin stuff, which is the best thing. But for whatever reason, when I came back from surgery, I had my arm out again, and I said I needed it on my neck. So my husband put this Ultra Strength or the red Extra Strength. We can't remember which one it was. One of these. And I have a chemical burn all the way down the back of my neck. I must be allergic to something in whichever one of these we use. So before I ever use it again, I have to like do a spot test on my arm to see which one I'm allergic to. But yeah, like Sheila saw it, it's like a huge chemical burn. It started out as just red spots, and it's in fingerprints. Like you can see where his hand like went.
Really?
Can you? If you look, do you see?
A little bit, yeah.
It's like where his hand went like this. The initial thing was where the burn is the worst. So yeah, I woke up the day after my surgery. I'm feeling pretty good. My boob's feeling pretty good. I'm like, my neck, what's wrong with my neck? I put my hand on it. I'm like, oh my God. And it started out just red, but then it got like blistered. And yeah, chemical burn. Who knew? So yeah, I'm having kind of a not my best week ever.
Apparently not.
So I'm taking medicine that makes me crazy. I have a chemical burn on my neck, and my boob has a big smiley face cutting it like this. Hello. But other than that, I'm doing fine. Thank you for everybody who on Instagram wish me well. I'm fine. I just have to find out if I need to have another surgery.
Which you'll find out in a few days.
Yeah, I'll find out in a couple of days. I do not have cancer. I just want to make that clear. I do not have cancer. The thing that they're worried that I might have is not... It's not a breast cancer. It's more like a sarcoma, which is another kind of cancer. But it's like this really rare, weird thing. And of course they would think I have some really bizarre, weird thing. I probably don't have it, though. So, but if I do... No, I'll have to have further treatment. So, just hanging out, waiting to find out. That's it for my crushes and heartbreaks.
My crush and heartbreak, I'm trying to think. Work is busy. We're short-handed. Let me just start. This isn't related to work so much, but you never realized what your thumb does.
Until you
injure it. So, my Fitbit, I got my Fitbit, oh, well, that's a Bauble and Bling. I got my new Fitbit bracelet last week, and I've been using it. I take it off during the shower, and these things are not easy to put on.
No, they have to break in after
they
a while.
Have to break in. So, I have a bad thumb anyways, probably from knitting, but I also have double-jointed thumbs.
Ick.
So, this...
My thumbs hurt just looking at it.
I know. So this thumb here is my bad one because that's my knitting thumb. I pushed on the band like this, and it just kind of didn't pop because it didn't like disjoint itself. But I think I pulled the ligament that was already sore because it's tender. I don't know if it's future arthritis here or not. But like right here, I could press that and it hurts, but not extreme. It's almost like one of those, it hurts so much, but it feels good type of hurt, you know?
Yeah.
You know how like when you get your teeth clean, it hurts, but it feels good?
Yeah.
So it was throbbing, and the good thing is it doesn't affect the actual drawing of blood.
Right.
But when you're pulling out the gloves, when you're doing anything, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how much
I dislocated
your
my
thumb.
right thumb when I was, like the first year that I was an attorney. I was at a volleyball game, and I caught it in the mud, and I actually dislocated it. And it took a long time for it to get better, and yeah, you're like, I cannot. It was my right hand. I can't do anything.
Well, that's the thing. It's my right hand.
It's like everything you do, like holding a pen. I'm like, oh.
Well, it doesn't hurt doing that, thank goodness. But it, like I said, anytime I pull gloves out, because you're going, it's like the fine motor skill part of it, where you're doing this, or not so much pushing to the carpet, just certain movements. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Typing for me too. I had to type a lot. I was like, I had to learn how to type with just my fingers.
That day, I think I tried to knit, and I knit a little bit just to see how it is, and I'm like, yeah, it's a little sore. It was funny because I used Tiger Balm, but I think it's...
She didn't get burned, though.
Again, I have issues with my thumb, so I've been looking at things. I have a brace for my thumb. I can't really knit with it. I can, but it's not as fast. And I got something over the weekend. I think it was like Aspercreme. Not really. It like doesn't penetrate enough.
You need to try this capsaicin stuff that I have. I want to make it clear. I had used one of those jars of Tiger Balm before with no problem, but whatever the second one we bought is the one I have a problem with.
Yeah,
but
we have Tiger Balm
stuff.
I'll try it afterwards. But we have Tiger Balm that I did, and that isn't almost like not. This was before I heard it because it bothers me every now and again. That isn't even like deep enough. And I've had it looked at by a doctor, and they're like, well, we can give you a cortisol shot, but you're not going to be able to knit for a couple weeks. I'm like, yeah, no. I don't know. It's weird. I can knit. It's probably going to hurt me later.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I actually find myself, if I sleep weird, it gets stiff, and it, like, my knuckle kind of locks, like the lockjaw type deal, but not lockjaw. So I sleep like this so that my thumb doesn't go anywhere.
Oh,
I know, it's so weird, but I do. I sleep like I'm protecting my thumb because it's the outward motion that hurts. I know, it's weird. It's weird, but yeah, that's my heartbreak. I don't think I have any crushes. Except for it's almost Christmas, which I'm not ready for.
My crushes, I got everything done for Christmas except for one or two things I got to pick up.
Yeah, no.
Because I really wanted to be done before my surgery.
Well, I have tomorrow off. I don't know what my husband and I are doing for that, but we need to get doing. And then I have Tuesday off.
Oh, cool.
But Max's birthday's on Saturday, so I'll have to be getting ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
And, but the good thing is after Christmas... I have like 4 or 5 days off in a row. I took some time off.
Great.
Yeah.
That'll be nice for you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because we are really short-handed. We're busting our butts.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. My boss is getting really upset.
It's crazy, but there is overtime at this job. So
there is overtime, but you know what? I can only do so much. Like, I don't mind working the hours overtime during the day. I don't like working extra days because I really need that time. Obviously with my family.
Right.
But I'm not a big fan. Like, I've worked 6 days for a couple of weeks now, and I just really need the 2 days off in a row.
Yeah, you do. To wind down.
You really do. And
I can hear that.
I've been putting in overtime hours. So my hours are typically 2:30. Today was supposed to be 1:30, and I've been getting out after 3. And they have no problem paying you overtime.
That's great.
And I have Tuesday off, and I was telling my boss, because somebody wanted Tuesday off, and I said I could do the morning hours, but I really don't want to do the whole shift. I just didn't. I have things I want to do.
Yeah, well, it's almost the holidays. The Festival of Baking starts this
weekend.
Yeah,
I was wondering about that.
So I need to get going with that. Do you see that one weird stitch?
Yeah.
Do you know what happened? So in my sock, there's one row that's really...
I keep looking at it. I'm like, what the heck?
So I had ripped out a sock to knit this sock.
Oh, all right.
And then I had started it from the inside instead of the outside. So it was a wound like a center pull ball, but I was knitting from the outside of the center pull ball. But then I changed to the inside. And when I got to a certain point, it all collapsed in because I had just wound it around and it got tangled. So I had to untangle it by doing this. And that one area got really, really twisted. Like the yarn got really, really twisted.
Because it looks like it's
just really twisted. The yarn got extremely twisted and I was too lazy to untwist it.
Just looks weird. I'm sorry. Because
it looks like I did like the wrong...
Like, it almost looks like you knit through the back loop.
But it's just because the yarn got so extremely twisted that it, like, is biasing.
Yeah,
that
because
weird?
I mean, I see it over there. I'm like, what did she do? It almost looked like you seamed two halves
I
of a
know.
sock together.
Here, I'll show you. The yarn is just biasing in a really crazy way because it got really tightly twisted back on itself. And I tried like hanging it. This was while I was at the hospital. I finished the sock while I was at the hospital waiting for my surgery. And I was like, screw it. I just was like, I don't care anymore. I just knit. I went moving forward. It's not going to hurt it. It just
On a
looks weird.
side note, I was talking to my coworker who knits, and she is one of those who, like, she would start a hat and it would be done before she goes to bed. And if it was at 1 o'clock when it was done in the morning, then that's when it would be done.
Oh my gosh.
Because she was commenting about how, I was thinking about how you do it at, we knit wherever we are.
Right.
And I can pick up something, put it down. I don't have a problem with that. She's not like that.
Oh my gosh.
So when she did a sweater for a baby boy, she seamed it. So she did one side one night, one side another, a sleeve or half a sleeve.
That's so weird.
It's an OCD.
I couldn't be like that. I guess I have things. See, every knitter has their thing.
Hers, yeah. But it was
Every
just funny because
has
she's
their
like,
thing.
I couldn't do what you're doing. And I'm like, but in a way you could because you can do the toe one night.
You
can do
could
the foot one
stop
night.
at different
You could do
sections.
the heel another night if that's what, I don't know.
It's kind of like me when I'm knitting stripe sock. I like to stop when a stripe is done. Like I'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna finish the stripe before.
See, I don't have that choice because if I'm knitting at work, I do like to stop when there's a row. Like I'll finish a row because nobody wants to stop in the middle of a row.
It's so much easier for the stitches to come
there's times it's the end of my lunch break. I gotta go.
But I and I don't always stop. Like I'm stopped in the middle of a row right there. But if I am knitting in the evening, I'll finish up a collar, a stripe before I'm done.
Well, there are times when I haven't been able to stop where I've been in the middle and I just pull my needles out. That's the good thing about magic glue.
I know. You don't have to worry. Unlike, what is it called?
Double pointed needles?
Double pointed needles. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I'm starting to flag. This is like the longest I've been awake since Wednesday.
I know.
I'm out of it. And I have a little cold. I have like a rhinitis, like a nose cold thing going on at the same time. So I'm just a little out of it. But the last thing that we want to do, gossip and innuendo. First of all, we drew winners of the prizes. Hopefully they're still queued up on here. I don't remember if they are or not. I mean, not the winners, but
I was going to say, we already wrote those down.
No, I don't know if I might have undone them. Yes, still here. So the first one we drew for is the Scrappy Christmas Baubles by Rachel Klusner of Diabolical Yarn. And the winner of that prize is Deb Knits 2, Debbie. Debbie, I'm going to let Rachel know to send you a copy of the ornament pattern.
I kind of like these prizes because it's nothing I have to deal with.
I know, it is nice. She was post number 28. The other thing that we're giving away this week, let's see if I can. Don't you hate it when you want the menu thing to come up and it won't do it?
Yes.
All right. Diamond Cut Collection.
And we drew 5 numbers, random numbers for that.
Yes. So the first one that we gave away,
Emerald Cut.
His and hers Emerald Cut goes to K116. Kathy, you will be getting the Emerald Cut pattern. The next one that we gave away, let's do a check mark.
I was just going to say.
Here, you do the check mark. The next one is Eternity Band. That goes to Mippy Fufalina Sabrina. You will be getting that. The next one that we gave away is the Petite Marquis. And that is going to B Rocker. Brenda, you will be getting Petite Marquis. The next one was Sapphire Cut. That is going to Lois, also known as Chumstick. And the final pattern, Trinkets, is going to Purple Snowdrop, also known as Marie. I will give all of your names to Colleen Kinnersley, the designer, and she will send you your PDF that you want.
Great.
So that'll happen like tonight or tomorrow. Whenever I sit down to do the show,
at least
when
tomorrow.
It's
not going to happen tonight. I know.
Kind of burned out.
Yeah, no.
So the last thing is we wanted to give some prizes back to people. So next week we're going to randomly draw from our membership list, which we can access on the group because we've done it before.
But we're not going to be posting a thread because it's random.
No, there's no way to win it. We're just going to randomly draw it, and be out of the kindness of our.
Well, the way to win it is to be a member in our.
Right, you need to be a member in the group. You also need to watch the show because if you don't contact us, we'll give your prize away to somebody else. I don't know. Maybe it's Christmas. Maybe we should just contact the people.
Well, we'll try and contact, but I mean,
Sometimes we don't hear back. So the first thing that we're giving away is this awesome book, Wrap Style. This was donated to us as a pattern. It's by Pam Allen and Ann Budd, and this has so many amazing patterns in it. I own this book. It has
something from it too.
Shetland Triangle shawl, which I made. Sheila made. I saw it back here.
I thought you just passed it.
This one.
Oh yeah.
The poncho. Sheila made this poncho.
I had a lot of fun with that too.
Yeah, it came out really cute. I made Shetland Triangle twice.
Oh, and I made Shetland Triangle.
You did. You made it with a heavier.
I made it with Cascade Eco.
Yes, this is Shetland Triangle. I've made twice, and Sheila made it in
heavy worsted.
Bulky, yeah, heavy worsted. But it's all different shawls and wraps, and from difficult to really simple. And it's one of the books that I've looked into multiple times. You don't always have that, so it's an excellent book. So somebody's going to win this. And the next thing is donated by the wonderful Angelia McGarr. We are going to give away this Knit Cozy Erudite Divergent Club exclusive.
It's really pretty. It's
twisted
blues.
Sock.
Light blues and dark blues, like sapphire and topaz?
Yes, it's very pretty. And it is 400 yards, 80% superwash, BFL, 20% nylon. So it's a nice skein of sock yarn. And that's going to go to the other winner. And who knows what we're going to give away the week after that? Probably something more. Because this is the
month of giving.
Month of holiday giving.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right. So I think that's it.
I think so.
Sorry, I'm flagging at the end of this.
Yeah, I am too. This probably was not a good idea because I'm exhausted. You're exhausted.
I know.
We apologize.
Sorry.
But thank you for watching us. We really do appreciate it.
Have a great week.
Knit with heart.
Bye.